I do not condone or encourage any actions that take place in this video. Any and all actions are done in a safe and controlled environment. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. All actions are done by professionals.
Today, I'm going to be smoking American Spirit Blacks for the first time, making my first ever YouTube video, which I am fairly excited to do. I've heard a lot of ups and downs about this particular cigarette. The ups, it being a much bolder, more buzz-inflicting cigarette than most. The downs, I've heard it's dry, I've heard it's too strong, but I have high hopes for this particular cigarette. So yeah, why not get right into it? Let me here take off the, forgot what this is called. Set that on my table here, yes sir. And let's pack it and then get to smoking. Now, for this particular cigarette, I do not know too much about it, sorry. Started a little bit there. Let's get this also on my table so we can throw it away for when we are done. You know what I'm saying? I will also say a much shorter looking cigarette. I very much do like the design and packaging of this cigarette, mostly just the box that they come in. I love the color, the scheme of it, the little native man right there. Let me give this a smell. Smells like a cigarette, of course. What I have heard of this cigarette before we do smoke, I know, yeah, is that it also has, instead of just regular old whatever the cigarette tobacco, that it also has what they use for piped tobacco, which is one of the few, if not only, cigarettes in America to do so. But enough talking about it. Let us get right into it. Not as good a drag, but already I'm getting a pretty smooth, not very, what is the word I would use? Not very bold yet. Although I shouldn't speak too soon. I've done that before, smoking cigarettes. Very nice tasting, not as I feel like I have to kind of drag or kind of suck the smoke out a bit harder than usual, which I am fine with. That, to me, is a more slow burn, which gives me more time to smoke the cigarette, which personally, I will say, I am not going to complain about, actually. And already, what I'm noticing right now is it's more bold, of course. I'm fairly sure it's what they're made to be. I am getting a slight buzz already. I know I haven't smoked much. I like it. I do like this. I'm definitely not, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I might have just found my my new favorite. my new daily smoke, if you will. Let me ash this out. My ashtray is holding up my phone right now. Already, like, I'm getting almost like a kind of like nutty, like walnut-ish taste. Which is by no means bad to me. It's not an overwhelming taste. It's not an overwhelming kind of, drag. You don't have to puff too hard, but you have to puff a little bit harder if you want a bigger drag. Frankly, so far, although I'm only a little ways into the cigarette, fairly good. Yeah, I do like this. Very good cigarette, actually. A lot less drier than I thought it would have been. I will say it is making my throat a little scratchy, which I am not gonna complain about. It's not too bad. It's actually not very noticeable either. But it's there. And yeah, why don't we take another drag? Ooh. I'm starting to also notice a more coffee taste, and as I'm getting further into the cigarette, I am getting more of a buzz than not. I will admit and also acknowledge that, it's getting to the point where it's getting drier, but it's not too dry where it's, So far, very good cigarette. There are no complaints there's no complaints is what I meant, obviously. Nothing bad. There's no cons that I'm seeing from smoking so far about this cigarette. And really, this is nice. This is lasting me a lot longer than other cigarettes that I smoke, I will acknowledge. Yeah, I think this might be my new daily smoke. I like the cigarette. I am also, again, I'm saying this a lot, I am starting to notice a bigger buzz than when I first started smoking this cigarette or other daily cigarettes that I smoke. Which my dailies usually are Marlboro Reds 100s, Lucky Strikes, or Montego Reds. Which, okay, I do like Marlboro Red as my daily, personally. Luckies are an okay alternative. I feel like Montego is the better alternative to Marlboro Red 100s if I have the money. But this actually have turned the tables for me. Let me ash that out a little bit. Not ash it out, but get the ashes off, of course. A very nice, more smooth than not cigarette. I do wish that they were a little bit bigger so that I could enjoy it for a longer period of time. But so I can enjoy my cigarette, how about we smoke it instead of keep talking about it, and give my full, more better review of it after we get further to the butt here. Very good cigarette, y'all. Very, very good. Very good cigarette. Very, very good. I do like this. And of course, as said in the intro to the first part of the video, do not condone smoking. I do not encourage it. This is fully for educational and entertainment purposes. Sorry, excuse me. Only. But I will say, very good cigarette. Very nice taste. A lot stronger than I'm used to. I like it. It's very good. Yeah, guys. Hell yeah. Very nice. Ooh. As I'm getting to the last few parts of the cigarette, to this particular cigarette at least, I will say I'm getting more of that nutty-ish, like kind of walnut almost taste. The salt, like not the salt, but a more salty, savory kind of taste. I can see me eating this with like some good French fries, or maybe, you know, something more crunchy, like a classic potato chip. You know, just an original potato chip, or maybe even a sandwich as well. Very nice. I do like that taste. I do like the feeling where I can create kind of like almost like scenarios of what I can imagine myself doing as a cigarette. I can also say that I'm getting kind of a more bittersweet, like kind of coffee-ish taste, which I am a fan of. I do like my coffee. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but when I do like to drink it. So yeah, let's finish the cigarette. Very nice. Very, very nice, actually. This actually is probably going to be my daily. All right, y'all. So, what I can say now, after finishing my first ever American Spirit Black, also, let me get a screenshot right here of the cigarette, obviously. Let me get it a little bit more so you can see it. Just fix my hair a little bit so I can see. Bangs are getting in my face. Gotta part it a little bit, but that is okay. All right. All right, I think that would probably be good. Let me put the cigarette back in my pack. Very nice cigarette. Very good. Very, not hard to smoke, but a very heavier, I guess is the way I would put it, in my personal opinion, drag. Not a bad cigarette by any means, actually. The only complaint I think personally I would have as a average smoker, daily smoker, I would say, they're not as long. So if you're kind of just chain smoking there, you know, all that, I would say a longer cigarette would be for you, a longer, bolder cigarette such as these. I will say though, out of all the cigarettes I have smoked in my life, this is definitely one that I will acknowledge is, I would say, a more superior cigarette to others that I have smoked or have enjoyed. Not that I have recorded or documented any of me smoking. Also, again, as I've said in the beginning of the video, I do not condone, encourage any of that smoking. I do not. Purely for entertainment. I'm a professional, which is funny to say. You're a professional smoker. Yes, I am. What I'm starting to notice though is after I finish the cigarette, my mouth is a little bit drier than not from when I started to the end now. It's not the worst, almost like a cotton mouth. It's definitely not the worst. I've had way worse. I've also had way better experiences, not as dry or just as dry as this. I will say it's not bad. It's really not. Very good cigarette. Very nice. I will definitely have to try other brands of American spirits. But there's a taste I'm trying to understand in my mouth, and I'm not sure what it is. The buzz is nice, though. I will tell you. You will definitely get a buzz from this. Very, very mild, in my personal opinion, as I'm smoking it now. Mild buzz, not too heavy, not light by any means. More like a mild high buzz. But yeah, this is a very nice cigarette. I will say again, I absolutely love the packaging on this cigarette. Particularly, I am a fan of darker, more themed clothing, colors, schemes, all that. No, this is nice. I could see me driving down the road, listening to something like, Alice in Chains, or another rock or metal grunge band while smoking this. This is a very, very nice, excuse me. And as I'm sitting here, I'm letting it settle in. The buzz is also getting a little bit heavier than not, I will say, in my personal opinion and experience. But yeah, this is a very, very nice, little drier than not too dry, not too like a moist kind of, gonna leave your mouth like the same as it was when you started. It's not bad though. It's not a bad cigarette. There's not a lot of bad things I can say about cigarettes other than that they do cause problems for your health. They're not good for you, and I will acknowledge that to myself for being a hypocrite and smoking them. But I do like my cigarettes, and this is definitely a cigarette that I'm gonna enjoy the entire pack of. And also, again, said it a lot now, the buzz I feel like takes a little bit longer than not to settle in, which is kind of nice. It's very like smooth going. It's not rushing you into that kind of buzz, kind of the nicotine kind of buzz feeling. It's not very, like you smoke and it's just there. It takes a little time to set, or maybe it's just how I smoked it. Maybe I didn't do a heavy enough drag, but to say the least, very, very amazing cigarette. Very good daily, I would say. I think it might have to be my new daily. But yeah, I think that we have to wrap up my experience and opinions and my review of American Spirit Blacks. And very good. Very, very good. I very much do so like this cigarette. Yeah, I believe that is a good end to this video to say for myself. I don't know if I'll be making another one of these videos with a different cigarette or a similar cigarette, or any kind of tobacco nicotine product. I would like to, but yeah, very good cigarette, very nice smoke, very not heavy, but a medium kind of drag. It doesn't smoke too quick for as short as it is. It's a slower burn than not for the size and the cigarette that it is, which I do like. There are definitely cigarettes that I have smoked that burn way faster. Yeah. Very good cigarette. The only downside, I would say, for my personal experience, would have to be the size, like I said, and the drag of it. But other than that, very nice. A more, not heavy, but not light, kind of up there with medium high, but not too high, It's a good medium, I would say. Very good medium smoke. Very good buzz. I do like this. It's a very kind of comforting kind of cigarette, I would say, which is weird to say. I've never had a cigarette of the quality of this one or the brand or all that jazz, but it's a very nice soothing feeling to smoke this particular cigarette. It kind of feels like I'm being tucked in at night by my mother, or getting read a bedtime story, or watching a movie with the family, but like it's quiet, it's soothing, almost like sitting by the fireplace while having hot cocoa. I think that's a pretty good review of this cigarette, actually. Yeah, like sitting by a fireplace drinking hot cocoa. All right, I would have to say that that's a good end. Thank you for watching. If you'd like, you can leave a like or a comment, whichever, or dislike if you want to. It's totally fine. And yeah, very good smoke. Thank you for watching.